Easy people, welcome back to my channel at Big Steve MCFC, and it's a Brentford match preview. First of all, I'd like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. Yeah, and if you're a Blue right now, it doesn't get any better. After last night's result for Liverpool losing to Leicester, Manchester City are really looking in a great place. You know what I mean? We're playing so well. The football is unbelievable. And with them dropping points, it's looking good for us right now. We've just got to keep the foot on the gas and keep going. For those of you who follow my Instagram, you'll know that I've tested positive for COVID. So I'm isolating at the minute. I can't go to Brentford tonight. So I've given away my ticket. I've lost my hotel money because the hotel would have given me dough back, even though I proved to them that I tested positive. But hey ho, we move. I'm hoping to be fit and ready to go to Arsenal, but health is more important. Don't want to be spreading the virus and giving it to people. So I'm staying in. I'm keeping warm. I'm watching Man City TV. I watched the Edison documentaries last night. If you've not watched them on City TV, watch them. Brilliant. And I watched the Feed the Goat documentary last night. Feed the goat, and he will score. Feed the goat and he will score. It brought tears to my eyes, that documentary last night. Sean, the goal machine goater in Division 2, was a legend. And do you know what? I watched that documentary last night. Ali Benabia, Ayel Berkovic, Super Kevin Orlock. Wow. I tell you what, they were the days, man. Sean, the goal machine goater. Who's that coming over the hill? It's Sean Goater. It's Sean Goater. Them days, mate, won't be beaten, man. Sean Goater, man. Where did he come from? You know what I mean? You know, I'm doing a show. I need to do a full show on Sean Goater. I reckon if you want a show on Sean Goater, let's do it in the comments, and I will do a show on Sean Goater, and I'll try and get Sean Goater on the show because he's just a legend. You know what I mean? A legend. But listen, Blues, we've had a good Christmas. I'm going to touch on the Boxing Day game because obviously I've been isolating. I didn't get time to do a reaction. The Leicester game. What an absolute bonkers game that was. First 20 minutes, City started off like a house on fire. Absolute house on fire. Raheem Sterling was like a man possessed. I don't think I've seen Raheem start a game as fast like that for a long time. He was putting him under. He was beating his man. He was putting it on him. And I thought, this is the Raheem Sterling we all know he's in there. Why can't he show this every game? Why is he playing with no fear? Do you know what I mean? Play with no fear, Raheem. You've got the pace. We know it's in there. Go at the fullback. The fullback's thinking, I'm up against Raheem Sterling today. He's going to go at me. So the fullback's already shitting himself. When you start the game slow and you start receiving the ball and knocking it back into midfield and you're not making them runs, you're giving an easy day for the fullback. But Raheem Sterling started on fire. Do you know what I mean? Kevin De Bruyne looked back to his best. Gundogan was getting in the mix. You know what I mean? Riyad on the right-hand side loves playing against Leicester. And before we know it, we're 4-0 up. We're 4-0 up at half-time. And what I think happened was then, I think everyone had the Christmas head on, the crowd, because everyone was on the beer. Everyone was in the festive mood. Everyone thought it was going to be a walkover, especially after the Leeds game. And then I think the players did. I think the players thought, you know what? It's easy this. We'll just tick along nice, happy days. But there was one big problem. Fernandinho in the midfield, yeah. When City's got the ball and Fernandinho receives the ball, he's great, you know what I mean? But when City haven't got the ball, that is when Fernandinho looks every day's age. And Leicester clocked it. So they thought, you know what? We'll go through the middle. So they started coming through the middle with Maddison and all the boys and Adeola Lookman. Fair play to him last night for the goal against Liverpool. Big up, Lookman. But they started getting a bit of joy. And that's when you look at Fernandinho and you think, yeah, he's no Rodri. We know that. So when we got the ball and we're winning, Fernandinho, great. But when teams are putting it on us, yeah, he was struggling. He couldn't catch up with him. And then I thought, hold on a minute. Next minute, we find ourselves 4-3. Now, big credit to Leicester, because if you're 4-0 down at half-time, to come out and think you've got a chance, you know what I mean? He's all credit to Brendan Rodgers and his team. Because most teams would have crumbled and thought, let's just dig in, keep the 4-0, go home, tails between our legs. Bad day at the office. But they kept coming. But then City woke up. The crowd woke up. Do you know what I mean? We thought, come on, for fuck's sake. You're letting Leicester 3 goals here. Ederson's got to be pissed off. You know what I mean? Because most games he has now to do, and then all of a sudden he's flying about like a madman. Laporte slipped for the first goal. It left Diaz in a 60-40 situation, but he was one booking away from a ban. So if he comes and clatters him, some refs might send him off. He might win the ball, but, it could be dangerous tackle. So I get why Diaz didn't fly in. You know what I mean? Give him a bit of confidence. Kelechi and Iheanacho got on the score sheet, Maddison and Lookman. And, they had a go. But City's got that class. We upped it another level. Yeah. We got 2 more. Manchester City is the only team in the world, I'm telling you now, where you can be in a stadium and think, fucking hell, we need to get the 6 to make sure we win. We need to get the 6 to make sure you win. You're having that. But that's City all over. That is City all over. Anyway, we got the 3 points. Other teams around us against Leicester, not so fortunate. So, you know what I mean? Big up Man City for digging deep and getting there. But we've got a tough run in. Brentford tonight. Amazon Prime, I think it's on. Make sure everyone's tuned in. If you're going down to the game, be safe. Look after yourself. You know what I mean? Sing the boys home. Get behind the lads. The away support this season's been fantastic. Do you know what I mean? Get on the Christmas cans. Get the jolly up. Apparently, the stadium's a beautiful little stadium. I'm gutted I can't make it. But I'm looking forward to getting wrapped up and watching it on the TV. But 3 points is a must now. 3 points is an absolute must. Do you know what I mean? Brentford fans have been getting behind them at the new stadium. They've been creating a little bit of a buzz. It's a bit of a hostile atmosphere. They've picked up some good results there. You know what I mean? We've just got to make sure tonight that we're switched on. We've just got to make sure we don't turn it into a cauldron for them. It's going to be plenty of long balls. It's going to be plenty of long throw-ins. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be pretty. But we just need to make sure we're on it. Looking at the City team, I believe that Kyle Walker's not fit. So I think Cancelo will continue at right back, Zinchenko at left back. I believe that Rodri is not fit, which is disappointing. So it looks like Fernandinho's gonna continue in the middle. But I think he needs a little bit more help in there. Whether we don't push as hard up front and we try and, give him a bit of cover, I don't know. Whether Brentford can catch us on the break, are they really that kind of side? Not sure. Riyadh should continue on the right. Sterling on the left. Don't know who's going to play in the middle. Probably Kevin De Bruyne. Maybe. Jesus. Don't know if he's going to freshen it up with the Arsenal game coming. But do you know what I mean? Rodri's a massive part of what we do. Anyone that watches City week in, week out will tell you what Rodri's about. Not many teams put it on us on the break because Rodri breaks it up. Kyle Walker too. He's massive. Do you know what I mean? In what we do, he's got the pace to get back and get us out of shit. But yeah, I think we've got to be going in there with confidence. Bernardo Silva's buzzing. Do you know what I mean? Raheem Sterling's got a new lease of life. It was interesting to see the young Brazilian kid, Kai, on the bench for the game at Leicester. I was excited to see him. I thought 4-0 up at half time. Carry on like this, we're going to bring him on. I've seen some clips of him in training. He looks very skillful, very tricky. He just seems a little bit lightweight, but Phil Foden was exactly the same at his age. He had the ability, but he was lightweight. He just needs to get introduced to the Premier League soon as, get knocked about a little bit and realise he needs to, work on his game. But that's one for the fans, Kai. Foden and Grealish. I mean, the press are making a big hoo-ha about them going out after the Leicester game. What I'm led to believe is they wasn't on the piss, as people are saying. They broke a COVID bubble. Basically, they've gone out, put themselves at risk. They've come back the next day, had to do tests, had to go and isolate from other players, had to eat the lunch in different canteens. So I think it was a ball ache. But Pep Guardiola demands a certain level of standard at this football club. And if you don't toe the line, you're going to find yourself in a bad place, mate. Jack Grealish, yeah, we know you've got problems at Villa. You've come to Manchester City and the slate is white clean. But let me tell you now, The Manchester City way of doing things is not the Villa way of doing things. So, you know what I mean? Drink driving, pissed up in the gutters and all that. That needs to go, mate. We've put a lot of money in you, and our managers put a lot of faith in you. So you need to toe the line. We don't want to see that. You know what I mean? Man City's not a football club where the headlines are on the front page. We're a football club where the headlines are on the back page for winning games and winning trophies. So my message to Jack Grealish is, come on. You know what I mean? The City fans are defending you. Your manager's defending you. You know what I mean? We know you've got a season grace with us. Come in to our place. You've got a bed in. We understand it's different. We get that. You've not had a bad season for me, Jack. I think you're doing well. But little things in the paper like that we don't want to see, especially with Phil Foden tagging along, because he's very special to the City fans. He's one of our own, you know what I mean? And if you're going to get them vibes then like, oh, Jack Grealish is leading him astray and all that bullshit. But the thing is, if you don't put yourself in that predicament, you're never going to get them headlines. So it's down to you, innit? But them two have been dropped. Foden and Grealish have been dropped. Pep Guardiola don't stand no fools. There's always a player on the bench ready to come in and take your place. Yeah? So listen, we're Manchester City. We're top of the league. You know what I mean? We're 6 points ahead of Liverpool. It doesn't get better than that at the minute. You know what I mean? We're opening up a little gap. If we slip up along the way, there's going to be points dropped soon. Don't worry. City always do it. We looked a little bit leggy. We always do it. But we just got to keep going. If we can beat Brentford and we can beat Arsenal going into the Chelsea home game, we're on fire. Because Liverpool's got Chelsea weekend. So someone's dropping points there. Do you know what I mean? A draw would be fantastic. And we've got Arsenal New Year's Day. It's going to be hard. Arsenal have got the tails up. You know what I mean? They're going to be. They've got a young side. They're getting a bit of confidence, but we've just got to put them down a level. We've got to set the intensity that we set against Liverpool at Anfield, Chelsea at the Bridge. If you set that intensity level at the Emirates, nobody's touching us. No one. Do you know what I mean? Rodri will be back hopefully. Walker will be back hopefully, and we're going into it full squad. But tonight's game at Brentford for me, the team is exactly the team as Leicester, I'm saying. I don't think he's going to change it. He might put Jesus up top. I don't know. But I'm saying tonight it's going to be Manchester City 3, Brentford 0. I think we go there, we control the game, we get the points, get the job done, come away, you know what I mean, 9 points clear. We could be 12 points clear because we play again before Liverpool play. That is how mad it is. I've got to say big up to Pep Guardiola and the club for keeping the players safe. There's a lot of teams out there who are struggling with the COVID. We seem to be having a really nice bubble and we've got things right. So fingers crossed. Other than that, people, I'm going to do a half-season preview, I think, where we talk about what's gone on in the season so far. I think at the beginning of the season, if you could say at the halfway point, we'd be top of the league, 6 points clear of Liverpool. I think everyone would be over the moon. So anyway, listen, people, please like, subscribe and share. Everybody enjoy the game tonight. Do you know what I mean? We keep on moving. We're all in this together, the City fans. Fuck what anyone else says. Fuck Man United. Fuck Liverpool. Fuck Chelsea, them gremlins. We're Man City and we're doing things our way. Respect. Up the Blues. See you soon.